A story that has gone viral, covered by thousands of media outlets worldwide, claims that this electric car violently burnt itself after just being pierced by a little rock on the road. Well, was this even an electric car? It's taken me some digging, and I found out the truth, and it's actually not what you'd think. Millions of people think that this is in fact a fully electric vehicle. Guys, there were some videos that have gone viral recently. I think it's important that we kind of figure out what's going on here. There was an electric car that it did literally explode into flames within a matter of maybe 4 to 5 seconds after a pretty small paver sort of poked up from the road, hit under the battery pack or hit underneath the car, and has caused the car to just, wow. I kind of can't believe this happened, because you would think the technology now would mean that this wouldn't happen. But some people are saying that some cost cutting has been going on. So I've done a bit of research into this, and I think that they could have a point. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, guys, Chinese EVs, are they cheap and nasty? No, they're absolutely not. They are the best technology in the world. Tesla, Chinese EVs, they are, in my opinion, well ahead of the rest of the automotive industry. But there is clearly a Xpeng CEO, what did he say? A bloodbath going on when it comes to prices. And this is probably leading to a little bit of cost cutting in some cases that maybe shouldn't be done. I mean, honestly, if you look at this crash, I don't think this should have happened. I think that, well, not the crash shouldn't have happened, but the fire shouldn't have happened. I've done a bit of searching as well. Hard to find this information. The battery pack, it is an NMC, so nickel, manganese, cobalt, lithium battery, not an LFP battery, not that that should matter. Manufactured, surprisingly, by CATL, so the world's largest battery manufacturer in the world, CATL. They haven't really taken any criticism from the global media. It's really been the brand, Deepal. Deepal is an EV brand that is owned by Changan. So Changan are actually one of the biggest Chinese conglomerates in China, of course. And the Deepal brand are a pretty fast-growing EV company. They are apparently going to be coming to Australia. They're planning on going global. And this, if you start to look at the specifications on this car, it's actually pretty damn impressive. It's got a huge list of standard safety features, got a huge list of lots of different things, but in that long list, I found nothing about the battery management system. I found nothing about the battery thermal runaway protection. I couldn't find anything about the battery safety, which is kind of weird. I mean, guys, I'm literally saying, normally I check all my sites, my data, and I can find this stuff. I can't find it. I just know who the battery supplier is, what the battery chemistry is, and, well, we also know basically what happened. Now, this was the Deepal SL03, and as you can see, it was driving along. A tile has poked up, hit the underside of the car, and this has happened. I honestly think this could probably happen in any car, but it shouldn't. It's the kind of thing we don't want happening. There should be probably better protection underneath this car. I think that could have solved this issue. So as you can see, the fire has instantly happened very, very quickly, and these videos have circulated online, which have led to a bit of negativity around EVs. Now, I want to make the point here, even with this fire and others with the Jaguar I-Pace that have happened recently, EV fires are actually incredibly rare. They're more than 20 times less, depending on the data you look at. At worst, they're 20 times less likely to happen than a fire in an internal combustion engine vehicle. At worst, some estimates say, in some countries say they're 100 times less likely to happen. Plug-in hybrids. When you put a car in, basically you put a good sized battery pack in together with an internal combustion engine, well, yeah, they're actually they're quite common. In fact, surprisingly common for fires to happen in plug-in hybrid vehicles. So if you want a vehicle that's not going to have a fire, then don't buy a plug-in hybrid. Now, I'm not saying all plug-in hybrids happen with this, but actually it's just unfortunately much more common than it is in internal combustion cars or in EVs. Now, the CEO has responded to this. Apparently, what happened was the bottom plate was pierced and 2 battery cells were damaged, causing the fire. Apparently, the fire actually extinguished itself, though, after 25 seconds, and only 2 battery cells actually caught fire. That's quite remarkable. Apparently, this ensured the personal and property safety of the user. So it looks dramatic here, but fortunately, the thermal runaway protection has worked. I don't know much about it because the company doesn't talk about it, but it has worked. So in this surveillance video, you can see that this EV, which is, like I said, a D-Pole SL03, it was driving slowly. The car body was lifted off the ground a little bit and it stopped, caught fire. The people in the car got out. After more than 20 seconds, the burning basically ended. But most people are not seeing that part of the video. They're not seeing the fact that actually the thermal runaway protection worked incredibly well. Now, apparently, Mr. Sun, who is a Chinese national and was involved in this somehow, I'm not sure how, a reporter, he told reporters that there are three main reasons for new energy vehicles to catch fire. First, the vehicle is damaged during daily driving, causing the battery to catch fire due to high voltage. Second, the vehicle catches fire due to poor quality control, which is actually a lot more unlikely. It's very rare. Third, the floor is lifted up and somehow the bottom of the car is pierced during driving, causing the vehicle to potentially catch fire. He said from the video, the thermal management of the vehicle was good. Only one module was burned and it was extinguished after that module actually burned. There was no chain reaction that caused the whole vehicle to burn. I've got to admit, that's actually pretty impressive. Pretty shocking that this happened so quickly. That, you know, you see a battery and that it can be pierced and have a fire this quickly, but amazing that it actually prevented the rest of the battery from being burnt completely. Now, Changan themselves, the CEO of the company, he's responded and he said, because the tire of the vehicle passed against the hollow and damaged stone bricks, the stone bricks lifted up and just supported the vehicle chassis. The vehicle violently flew into the air and fell. Didn't look that violent to me, but anyway. The sharp corners of the stone bricks directly tore the battery bottom plate, pierced two battery cells, and the battery cells caught fire. Because the battery bottom plate was severely damaged and the seal failed, an open fire appeared under the chassis. Deng Changhao mentioned that thanks to the large amount of fireproofing, heat insulation, smoke control, and the cooling design of the Deep Blue Super Range Extender battery, the fire in the chassis of the accident vehicle extinguished itself within 25 seconds. And here we find the truth. The truth is discovered. This was not an EV. Isn't that interesting? The Golden Bell battery withstood the test. After the accident, the car computer and the background big data security platform immediately reported the accident, blah, 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 blah. Turns out this wasn't an EV. Well, there you go. The global media are reporting, once again, that an electric car caught fire. And once again, a plug-in hybrid makes it look like EVs are catching fire regularly when it's not. It's plug-in hybrids. But there is not a single media source. This story was covered by more than 2,000 media outlets worldwide. Not one of them pointed out the fact this is actually an internal combustion engine vehicle with a battery as backup, otherwise known as a plug-in hybrid. Thanks for watching.